Williams awaits the snap. Second and goal to go at the 1. Knee-high snap. Williams quarterback run to his right. Bangs into a racer, and he's into the end zone. DJ Williams, the return to Murray, starts with a Williams touchdown rush. Chest high snap, give to Northington. He's at the 21. He needs the 20. They're trying to shove him forward. He is right at that half-yard line. He may be short. The Saluki sideline says it's their football. The officials will converge. They spot the ball. He needs that 20. Jody Wright says, give it to us. SIU says, give it back to us. And they are pointing Saluki football. Chest high snap. Ogle looking left. Goes for Carter. Picked off. Southern's got it. Staying on his feet near sideline right. Southern still going down with it. Saluki's continuing the run. C.J. Parson cuts back middle of the field, and then he's roped down at the 35-yard line. Hands, knee high, design quarterback run, trying to get out to the numbers. He will now. He'll throw it wide open as Lim Walsh. Walsh has it far sideline right, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
We apologize for technical difficulties, but you know what? We still got QB1, DJ Williams here inside the Wells Production Studio. We hope everybody is having a great Tuesday. It's always going to be a great week when you got another Saluki football game on Saturday on the road at Youngstown State. Preview it all is QB1, DJ Williams. DJ, appreciate the time, brother. Thanks for bearing with us. Man, how's practice? Got out there today. You were out there on Sunday as well. How you feeling here early on in the week?
Feeling good. Team's focused, team's dialed in, ready to take on this big 3-game stretch starting this Saturday with Youngstown State. So, I mean, we were very locked in to what's at stake, and we know what's at stake and what we're trying to accomplish.
You know, we were kind of chatting after the game on Saturday too, DJ, of just that level of importance factor of you guys knew the last 2 weeks you got to take care of business to set yourself up here for what could really be a fun run at the end of the year. How has that approach really, though, never really changed throughout the year of you guys just taking it week by week, taking it by that approach and making sure you're ready to go come Saturday?
It's the next opportunity. The next opportunity is always the biggest opportunity for us as a team. We got to understand that, and I feel like we've embodied that, just trying to go 1-0 every week. I mean, we haven't accomplished that every week, but I feel like we've had the mindset of that, to go out there and just play our best ball for that week and let the chips fall when they fall after that. And I feel like that's the best thing about this team right now. We're focused on just Youngstown State. We're not focused on the next 2 games after that. We're focused on this week and trying to just go 1-0, and that's pretty much how we're looking at it.
What were your biggest takeaways from the NDSU game, North Dakota game against really good competition? I know neither of those games were where you guys want them to be, but when you were able to watch it on film, digest it, what were the takeaways that you took away from yourself personally?
Myself personally, is about just playing better. It wasn't anything that they did that confused me or anything that that they did that threw me off or anything like that. It was really about us and about myself being dialed in on the little things, making sure I'm getting through my reads all the way, looking at getting certain coverages, knowing where the ball needs to go, and things like that. But it really wasn't nothing that they threw at me that I wasn't prepared for, and that's pretty much what I can say I took from those games. Is a big thing was just going out there and just playing my game throughout the whole game. It's not just worrying about the big play, being anxious about big plays and stuff like that, just letting the game come to me. And I feel like if anybody saw those games, they saw that it wasn't like just pure domination. We had everything out there that we wanted. We just didn't make the plays on that day. So when those games do come back around, it's good that we got those early in the season. Now, towards the later part of the season, we understand what we got to do.
We'll get back to your team now currently, but one thing that I'll bring up here on the screen is earlier this year when you were during your bye week, you had an opportunity to go back to your high school, get your jersey presented back to you. That experience level, what that was like for you to do that during your bye week.
That was a blessing, man. That guy right there, both of those guys right there had a huge impact on my life and on my football career. Coach Marvin, a short one right there to the left. It's like a father figure that I never had when he grabbed me from an early age and instilled a lot of confidence into me, but also just understanding who I was at a young age. He pushed me very hard, broke down to me what it was to be a leader and be.
How about that photo now?
That photo right there is a lot, man. But, I mean, those are just photos I look back on, and I just love the people that I'm in those photos with, man. It's the reason why I'm here today and the person I am today. Dontrell Jackson that presented me the jersey, he's not an athletic director. He's not coaching anymore, but he took me up from a very young age, man. And I can't say enough about him, man. He's really like my father figure. Honestly, anything he ever said to me, I took it to heart for real. I made sure I listened to everything he said because I wanted to be just like Dontrell Jackson, honestly. Him, Antoine Randall, Ty Streets. I wanted to be just like those guys that came from my high school, came from my area, and things like that. Dontrell Jackson was all-state in football, played basketball as well, but went on to play collegiate football at University of Ohio University with the Bobcats, and played quarterback there and had a great career. He was all-state in football, and I saw his name always up there on the board at our high school where the all-staters go. So I always just wanted to be like him. So everything he said to me, I took it to heart. The same things with Ty Streets, man. My basketball coach, he always joked around about his name being on both walls, football and basketball, and told me like I couldn't call it my gym until my name was on both walls. And I ended up getting that accomplished my senior year, and it was really because of those guys. Everything they said to me at a young age and throughout my high school career, I just took it and ran with it. Everything they said, I believed in it, and that's why I'm here today.
You are wired, DJ, in such a way that family is so important to you. Yeah. And you talking about your history, of course, with your high school. And I know your mom, Erica, been able to meet and see her at every week, and always so proud about her hashtag my favorite QB #1. I mean, everywhere you go, I know your brothers, your nephews. I mean, like, how can you even put in the words how all of those individuals, I mean, look at that throwback picture, by the way, of just how they all fuel you even today. I mean, I know they fueled you every step of the way, but even more so now as you're reaping a lot of rewards.
When I was younger, it was all about just seeing my mom, just looking at those pictures and stuff like that, just seeing her go through what she went through, battling cancer and things of that nature, and always just having a smile on her face. I never seen my mom have a bad day, but she had bad days, but she never showed it. She never let me see it as a kid. She always just instilled in me, just keep working, and everything that you want is in front of you. You can go accomplish anything that you want as long as you work hard and keep going. And that's what I took from my mom, man. I can't thank her enough. She put in so much money, so much time into my future that I'm happy that it's paying off for her now to where she didn't have to pay for me to go to college or anything like that, and allowing me to just be who I am. She honestly is my rock. I can't do anything without my mom, and I love her to death. And then my brother, whatever my mom couldn't do when she was sick, my brother stepped in. My brother was always there. He's the reason I got into football. Him and his friends always bullied me when I was younger. I was always just trying to play with my older brother, though. But I always looked up to my older brother, and everything that him and his friends did, I wanted to do. He had a lot of friends that played football, a lot of friends that played basketball. I wanted to be better than all of them. That was the competitive nature that they put into me, bullying me as a kid, not letting me have anything easily. I was just going at it with playing with those older guys. My brother's 8 years older than me, so all his friends are pretty much older than me. So I was never scared of anybody because of them. And then my nephew and my niece, my newborn niece Rain, and my nephew Roman, I do it for them. My brother tells me all the time, like, you my kid's biggest role model. Like, my nephew won't say anybody else is his favorite person in this world but me. He looks up to everything that I do, so I just got to make sure I'm setting an example for him that you can accomplish anything you want to, nephew. Like, you're the smartest person in the world. He wins spelling bees and things like that. I'm so proud of him. But he's really my motivation, man. I just want him to understand that anything that you put your mind to, you can go out and have it, man. And my family, I love them to death. All my family that comes to games, all my family that watches online, man, they mean so much to me. They send me encouraging things all the time, and I just want to put on for them. I want them to see the fruits of the labor being put out into this world, and just continue to show my younger family members and stuff like that they can do whatever they put their minds to.
Now, surely you don't get bullied anymore.
Nah, I'm the big brother now. I tell him that all the time. We still have our moments where it's brotherly love.
Sure, yeah.
And he want to try me a little bit, push me around, but he can't really do that no more. Back then, it was real easy. Now he knows not to play with me no more.
I was going to say, if he does, I'm going to tell him the next time I see him, may need to question some of those decisions.
Yeah, he doesn't play around no more. He'll hit me one time and probably stop a little bit. But he never wants to wrestle or nothing like that no more. He always just want to try to fight me and stuff like that, but I just grab him.
Just grab him.
Just show me
Yeah.
you love bro now.
Yeah, now you can be like, hey, you know what? This is what Meade Smith has helped out with to help create this monster. We're going to have Ryan McVicker here coming on after you. So much, and as we should, right? I mean, Coach Hill, I know, has helped you tremendously since you've gotten here, but anyone that's within the program knows how crucial Ryan McVicker has been. What's an area, I know there's probably many areas, but if there was one that you could pinpoint, where has Ryan really helped your development?
It's so many ways, man. You really can't pinpoint it just directly, but understanding the offense in and out is one big thing that Ryan helped me with as soon as I got here. You can ask Ryan about any play in the playbook, and he can tell you what everybody got. And that's just who Ryan is, man. He spent so much time in here. He could take you back to plays in 2018 when he first got here, or when Coach Hill first got here. He's watched all the film. Like, he knows exactly when a play was and how it was ran, and if it worked, if it didn't, if it was a touchdown, if it wasn't. Ryan's just a junkie, man, a football junkie, somebody that you can learn so much from just by talking to him, and that's really how me and his relationship goes. Just talking to Ryan all the time is just bouncing ideas off each other, seeing what we see. But Ryan's just a uber talented brain. Like, I don't know how his brain even functions like how it does, man. So that's one thing, and then confidence, man. He walks up to me before every game and just say, "You the man, man." And I can't thank him enough for just believing in me, just how I say the same things about Coach Hill, and just the belief that they have in me. I mean, that allows me to go out there and just play free.
Could talk to you all day. A couple last questions here for you. When you look at your development as a quarterback, and specifically when you got here, you know, film is always an area that I think you've watched film for a long time, even going back to your high school days. But where would you say, when you sit in the room, especially when you get in the room with Ryan McVicker and Nick Hill, what about watching film with those guys helps you even learn the game even more, that you can be like, man, like, that's where I have grown so much in my time here being around those two?
It's just so detailed, and going back to just the offseason and stuff like that, watching different quarterbacks that we see myself being similar to, like Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, quarterbacks of those of that nature, Josh Allen and stuff like that, just going back and just watching everything and just breaking down a game and seeing how simple it is for them, and how they make it simple and don't got to do a million different things, but just running the same plays and things like that, just in different formations and alignments and little tweaks and things like that, to just how the same play but a different way, it's dressed up a little bit different and stuff like that. You can just see how their brains are working in that film room and stuff like that, just making up the plays that we have and getting down to a good scheme and stuff like that. But just in that film room, it's just a lot of just being very detailed, coming back to being detailed and understanding what we're trying to accomplish is the biggest thing. We always just sit back and talk about what this play is trying to accomplish. Every play is not going to be a home run or anything like that, but it's just good plays in football that you need to have throughout a game, and that's pretty much how we've been breaking it down, and that's the biggest thing I've taken from those two, just being around them all the time.
Now, Saluki Nation, we talked about what fuels this guy. There's a lot that fuels him, but also something I've not brought up on the air yet with DJ, at least publicly, is this guy is a chocolate chip cookie fiend. This guy destroys them from what I always hear each and every week. So I got to ask you, like, is it just chocolate chip cookies, or when you go to Insomnia, like, is there, like, what would be your top three? Like, do you have a top three?
No,
or just
no, top
just
three.
one.
It's just chocolate chip cookies. I'm not big. That's why I tell everybody, I'm real simple, but I like what I like. Like, it has to be a certain way. I don't like too many different things on my cookie. Like, I'm real, like, just specific of just having a chocolate chip cookie. I'm not big on anything else but just the chocolate chip cookie, and I don't like too many chocolate chips. And I was just talking to some of my teammates about
so there's a specific number that you need.
It's just I don't want the whole cookie to be filled with chocolate chips. Like, I want to taste the regular cookie and just the regular cookie with the chocolate chips. So I mean, cookies has been a big thing. My mom would tell you I used to sneak downstairs and just bake cookies in the middle of the night, not even on Christmas, just regular days throughout the year. Just make a whole batch of cookies, and she'll wake up smelling them, and then they'll be gone, though. So she wouldn't have any, and she'll be mad. But that's just been me all the time, man. I'm a big chocolate chip cookie guy, and you can get some milk or some vanilla ice cream, and I'm gonna be fine.
Maybe a little Dr. Pepper too.
Hey, yeah, you gotta shout out Dr. Pepper, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Have to. We see this guy all across town, which is always great to see. I will say, DJ, snickerdoodles are pretty good. If I do have to step up and say, if you want to try one, that's if you want to venture off,
I don't know, man.
Wait till after the season. You're in your regimen now.
I'm real picky about just certain things, man. I don't know if I want to. I'll try it out. Probably snickerdoodle. I've tried a snickerdoodle cookie before though when I was younger, and we
didn't like it.
Just not chocolate.
I mean, you
chip.
can be on. I know it's just not chocolate chip.
It's just not chocolate chip. It's a good cookie, but it's the same with like butter cookies. Like I can eat a couple butter cookies and then be like, all right, where the chocolate chip cookies at now?
Hey, people just need to know if you want to be like DJ Williams, just pound the chocolate chip cookies.
I would not advise a lot of people to go out there and just eat chocolate chip cookies all day.
Here's a few other things in your diet and repertoire. You do. DJ, so proud of you. Tremendous year for you to this point, but we say to this point because there is still your best football left for the rest of the year. We appreciate the time, DJ.
No, I appreciate you, Luke.
Once again, that was DJ Williams. We'll be back to close out our Inside Saluki Athletics with Ryan McVicker. This is Inside Saluki Athletics here on our weekly spot here on Tuesday as we recap Saluki football, which another win over Murray State and preview an upcoming opponent, which will be, by the way, an important one with Youngstown State on Saturday. Each and every week here on the show, everyone loves hearing from Coach Hill. We had, DJ Williams on the show today, but I get blown up every week saying, when is Ryan McVicker coming on the show? And we finally get him on the show. I'm just telling you, folks, his hour rate is pretty high. So, and I have a text to confirm that earlier in the week. So I'll try not to keep you too long.
No doubt.
It's good to see you, man.
It's not my price.
It's just the McVicker.
Going rate.
Yeah, it's the going rate, man. It's the going rate in the McVicker family. Well, big win on Saturday. The emotions, of course, of just being able to go on the road. You guys stacked 2 straight wins after just those back-to-back losses with NDSU, North Dakota. From an offense perspective, Ryan, what have you liked about what you guys have accomplished the last 2 weeks other than getting the job done and getting a win?
Yeah, I think it's been good. Coach Hill talked about it, especially with the elements. You were there. We wanted to play kind of a clean football game and get back to our MO of running the football and staying clean on just kind of the mechanics and not, turning the ball over. Obviously with the rain and stuff like that, that presents some challenges, but just kind of getting back to, our foundation and really getting back to our core plays that we want to run. And we did a good job of that. And we just got to kind of keep stacking those and rolling into Youngstown. And we know what we do really well. And we just kind of got to keep, rolling with that.
Yeah, no doubt. And you guys have been rolling. A big reason you've been able to do that is the guy you've had up at quarterback this year in DJ. He gave you a lot of love in our segment and just so much of just seriously. I could probably ask you, hey, what was the second play we ran against Youngstown State in the first ever meeting in Coach Hill? And you could probably quickly come up with it on the top of your mind because that's just how your brain is. But when you've been able to meet with DJ, what impresses you about what he brings to the room, especially in his terms of growth over just the last year?
Yeah, he's been awesome. We always joke around like I was the first person to kind of get around DJ, like meeting with him in the spring when he first came here. So DJ's my guy. We've been, through it all. So, but I think what makes him just unique is he's played a lot of football. He's played a bunch of football at Murray. He's now played a bunch of football here. And so you get integrated into kind of 2 different offenses and stuff like that. We're not naive to the fact we asked, a lot of DJ, and he's willing to do that. And I think it just proves that he's able to comprehend stuff at a high level and stuff that's on the fly and shoot, people might not know, but like there's plays in the game that he kind of just takes into his own hands, and that's part of what makes him special. And so I think the combination of that, but he's just, always willing to push the envelope as far as his mentality goes and picking up more, and Coach Hill and our offensive staff lean into that because he can do it.
Was that something that was clear the first time you got to meet with them, that it was in there, that this guy's got some really special skill, but not just skill. That's seen. It's more of the IQ side when you really get time in that film room.
Yeah, for sure. And he's always been good with that. And I think what's good with DJ is, especially like when you get into game planning and stuff like that, he does have a lot of ownership, and we give him that, but telling, like, you know, hey, I don't like this play, or hey, I'm a big fan of this play. And I think that, you know, like you get with Coach Hill over the years, you kind of just know what he likes. And so tailoring that to him, and he's always, you know, good about giving feedback, and he's just a high IQ guy, and we just got to keep pushing the envelope with him.
In terms of just the offense as a whole, I know you get to work a lot with the quarterbacks, and especially in that quarterback room, and that's really where I want to stay with you before we get to the offense as a whole. Yes, DJ gets a lot of attention, but, man, you've had a lot of younger guys in that room this year. ET's been able to get out there for a few snaps from time to time, mostly at other positions outside of quarterback. And, of course, Jake Curry, who's just been Mr. Consistency man right there behind DJ and was such a big part of that Youngstown win last year. How has that room also developed as the years gone along, despite, you know, DJ getting the majority of the attention as he should?
Oh, for sure. All those guys have done a great job. We were watching that Youngstown State game last year with Curry, and my gosh, he took some shots. But he just hung in there and just kept grinding away. But no, the whole room's been good, and I think DJ does a really good job of, you know, I think he calls them the younger brothers. Like, he, you know, really does a good job mentoring those guys and leading them. And I think Curry, just with him, he's played so much football already in his young career, and obviously, you know, hasn't played a ton of snaps yet this year. But he's played a lot of football, and even in practice, developmental practice, he's got a good grip of what we're asking him to do. And then ET, you know, is just kind of that wild card of, you know, what you can do with him. And so they've been good. And then the two freshmen, Owen and JC, you just kind of get through that freshman year grinding. And no, it's a great group.
Talk about how DJ really looks at them as brothers. I know that can be a very loose term that many use, but and not that you get to see DJ 24/7, but you see him a lot more than I get the opportunity to. How would you describe that leadership trait that he has within that room and within this football team of just being able to bring guys with him along? And not everyone can also have that trait, but also truly have that relationship where it is a brother type relationship, if you understand what I'm asking.
Oh, for sure. And I think DJ, he's supernatural at it, and I think you even see it on, you know, social media around there, taking guys out to dinner. You know, he takes the quarterbacks out, you know, to Buffalo Wild Wings, even defensive guys, tight ends, and I think it just comes pretty natural to him. He doesn't have to, like, fake it till you make it, and so I think that's important too. Sometimes, you know, people can see right through that, but with DJ, it's always just kind of out of the goodness of his heart. He's just that type of person, but he's just kind of that natural born, like, he just wants to kind of be that guy. And it's not like he wants to be in the spotlight, hey, here, this, and that. It's, you know, because he wants to, and he feels natural at it.
How quickly did you realize he's a big chocolate chip cookie guy?
He was good. I'm trying to think. I had to get him Subway cookies one time, maybe, because it was like the spring game or something.
Yeah.
He threw the touchdown, but, I mean, he's an insomnia. I mean,
all over the place.
I mean, you can't go wrong with a nice chocolate chip.
I should have asked him, you know, he was in here, you know, I said, can you originally, I was like, before the show, I was like, man, I'm going to have him name like his top 5 cookies. I was like, oh, we'll just do top 3. He's like, there's only one.
Yeah, no.
So, like, he can't even get past that. I should have been, where are your top 3 favorite places to get a chocolate chip cookie? I think I know that order changes a little bit, but I also think I know what his number 1 was. I suppose we heard he's just crushed Domino's chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, yeah, back-to-back weeks. He likes that, there's some, like, marble. It looks really
I'm
good.
sure it does, yes.
I let him kind of take care of that and get that.
He gets to burn a little bit more of those calories. You know, I try on my walks, but I know if I had just probably one of those, I'd have to add about 5 miles a day to go through them. Again, DJ gets a lot of the attention as he should, and you're in that quarterback room, and that's what you mostly look at. But the offensive line, I feel like, has had a lot of, you know, unsung praise this year, just guys consistently doing their job. The running back room has really gotten better as the years progressed. The receivers with Coach Grant as well. That's another group that I believe has just consistently gotten better. Of course, the tight ends, Aiden has been battling some of those injuries. I know Schwindy as well, but is this group getting to a point where you feel like we're as close to as hitting on all of our cylinders as we want and being healthy at the right time of year?
Yeah, I think you said it best. It's a collective group, and they all do a really good job, and they're all really well coached. I mean, we're I think right now top 15 in rushing offense in FCS, and that's a credit to our O-line, and that's a credit to our backs, and having a running quarterback like DJ helps. But those guys have done a really good job. And then, our pass game with our receivers, we ask them to do a lot. And so they've done a good job, and just finding different ways throughout the game to, get those guys touches. It's tough because, you're averaging 65, 70 plays a game, and there's only so many mouths to feed. And so those guys do a good job. They're always upbeat, and Zach does a really good job of just, keeping them light, keeping them in the game plan. And then Coach Griff, big shout out to Miles Marshall. Miles Marshall's done
He's been
a
so
really
good.
good job for us. And for a second there when Schwindy went down and then AJ had the cast, I mean, it was kind of the Miles show, and he's done a really good job. And that's a credit to coaching, and that's a credit to the kids that we have of, it's not, we can't control any injuries. We just control, who we can put out there and how well they're coached and how well they're prepared, and they've done a great job. And so I think a guy like Miles and everybody that I kind of just mentioned, it's kind of a all-encompassing summary of our offense. It's just a pretty selfless group of, we don't really care who gets the love. We just want to put points up on the board and give ourselves a chance to win every week.
I'm really glad you brought up Miles. He's another one that's just he's just kind of there, but he does so many things that honestly, even a guy like me who's around you guys a lot that may not pick up, but man, you sure notice him when those big plays happen, and he's a big part of those plays.
No, for sure. And I think we were joking around. I think he's a 4 or 5 year starter on punch shield. So it's
yes.
That's just the stuff you don't think about with those guys. And Miles he's a good dude.
No question. Well, as you look ahead to Youngstown State, you're a guy that no doubt dives into the opponent in terms of just what impresses you on film of Youngstown this weekend. He had a really good game with Youngstown State, had a really good game with North Dakota State over the weekend.
Yeah, no, they're a good group. Obviously, you kind of pigeonhole yourself a little bit, to one side of the ball just watching their defense. Yeah. But, I mean, it's a group that flies around. And, obviously Coach Hill's probably talked about it, that we have a ton of respect for the way they operate. Coach Phillips has been doing it for a while. And so, we know what we're getting ourselves into. They're a tough group, but we're also a tough group. And so, we have everything we want right in front of us, and we just got to kind of go each game at a time and take care of business.
Sometimes you have brain farts, Ryan, and I just had one because I missed the question of what I wanted to ask you before that one. So it finally came back to me. I'm getting old, man. It's hard to believe I'm getting old. When you're in a game, when you're in Coach Hill's here, to kind of give our fans a little bit of perspective, what have you learned of, this is what's most important, to use my voice in this way with him? And I know right now with him being back play calling, no doubt he has the majority of that communication stream, but I know he puts a lot on you too.
Yeah, I would. It's different now with him calling plays again. I think I just try to be kind of not one step ahead is not really the word, but he does have to manage the game as the head coach and the play caller, and sometimes having a third down thought or having a red area thought kind of in the bank ready to in the clip kind of deal, I think helps a lot. And I think, now going on year 8 with him, I know kind of what he's thinking and thought process wise. And so that's pretty easy, but it's all a collective group effort. Like Coach Clark does a really good job of suggestion runs and Coach Grant with our routes and stuff like that. It's always a really collective effort. And so, I think that's where it's been good. Not saying that we don't have an offensive coordinator, but with him, it's everybody's got a voice, and so I think that's a huge part of it.
Before I let you go, it's almost like a requirement that I got to ask you at some point in time. Your favorite Pat Poor story.
Pat Poor.
Of course, Coach Poor, our do-it-all. He was in the elements this weekend, man. I felt so bad for him down there on the field. But, like, there's a lot of them now. I mean, you talk about, maybe, like, his best nickname for you, which I guess is really only one.
Well,
but, like, explain the nickname that he's given to you.
When I first got here, I introduced myself, and I think he just thought I said Riley. So he called me Riley for, like, the first probably year I was here. And then I got changed to Ronnie somehow. So I'm Ronnie him. And so I don't think he's actually called me Ryan ever, which I'm fine with. But, no, Coach Poor's the man. I have so many stories. I can't even really
I know it's
give
hard.
them all. And I spent one semester in the tight end room with him with Jacob Garrett, and I probably got a full notebook at my desk of quotes by him and just one-liners. He's the man. So he was battling, and now he's sick. But I mean, you talk about just trench foot, everything
Absolutely,
that he
man.
had. I mean, he earned his game check for sure. That's for
He
no
did.
doubt.
He always earns it
No doubt.
with his enthusiasm, his
yeah.
energy with Saluki Radio. Ryan, appreciate the time as always, man. Thanks for stopping on by.
Absolutely.
Once again, there's Ryan McVicker, quarterbacks coach for the Dogs, and this has been Inside Saluki Athletics.